Hats off to Utah Valley for coming out and playing well. I didn't think we did enough to win. To be honest with you, I thought we played. A little bit not to lose, especially in set 1 and 2. I thought that we were just hesitant. A lot of balls that haven't been falling lately, and a lot of miscommunication balls in between people. And like I said, I think that's just people playing not to win. And waiting for somebody else to do a job or to get a job done. And I thought that's really what happened to us in set 1 and 2. And then I thought they responded well in set 3, and we had a big lead. And Luana gets whacked in the eye, and we burn a timeout there. And then they get kind of on a run, and we don't really have a way to stop it, And they got on a little run. We took a timeout and stopped it. And, I would have loved to have one more, but just didn't. And I think that just really shifted the momentum. And then, I thought this story of the night was we missed serves at the biggest moments. Set 3 is a perfect example. I think every time it was tied before 15 and we had a chance to go up 1, we missed a serve. And we missed 3 or 4 serves before 16 or 17. And that's what we did so well at their place. We didn't miss serves, and we served them really aggressive, and we made them side out, and we made them score points. And I thought we just gave them a lot of easy outs tonight.
How would you grade your passing performance today? And yesterday was pretty strong.
Not as good today, and the thing that we gave up was service aces, and I think it was 3 on the set, but it wasn't good. And the big service, the big run at the end was just basically that, is we didn't do a good job with that, and then hit a bunch of balls out of bounds in that stretch too. I don't think they blocked a bunch of balls. They only blocked 6 on the day, so it wasn't like they blocked a bunch of balls down that stretch where we let them back in, and we hit some balls out of bounds, and we just weren't as clean as we need to be.
So that third set, there was a pretty wide point gap that y'all were leading. What do you think happened that led to the loss momentum?
Like I said, I think volleyball is a momentum sport, and it happens. You're not going to, this day and age, you're not going to be people 25-5. Those days of college volleyball are gone. It's just everybody's competitive and athletic and can fight back. And we had a big lead, and then we missed a serve, and they score a couple points. And then, like I said, we took a timeout, and I thought we came out. We responded, got right back, and then they got on a service run again. And without any timeouts or anything else, we just didn't have a really way to stop the momentum. And that's been a tough rotation for us. When Sarah's in 1, sometimes we just struggle. It takes us a little time to figure that one out and get out. So, combination of things like not having the timeout and, being in a tough rotation.
Coach, at 18-7, you were forced to use a timeout. What kind of challenge did you issue to your team right then and there? Right as you guys had all the momentum in the world, and then suddenly it just goes to the downhill.
Yeah. At 18-7, we don't take the timeout just to take it. Louisa's ponytail swings around and hits Luana right in the eye. And we got about 30 seconds there to figure it out, and obviously she's fixing to take the next ball. So that's really what forced us into that timeout, and we didn't say anything in that timeout other than give Luana a couple eye drops, So that one, and then like I said, then we burn one there, and then we get against the wall.
Was making a substitution right then and there probably an option at that point instead of burning the timeout?
You're up, like I said, you're up 18-7. You think you're in control. If we're up 18-7 and the same thing happens tomorrow, I probably do the same thing again. Those are hindsight's 50-50. Of course I would have loved to have it back after you see what happens, but at that point in time there was no doubt in my mind that's what you do. You have all the momentum on your side, and you want to keep the ball in Luana's hands, and that momentum comes from the ball being in her hands. The offense was on fire at that point.
the last one on my end, Coach. Do you feel that your team's record is strong enough to merit an NIVC berth?
Yeah, I think the NIVC is definitely an option for us, and I mean, what a great season, and I mean, this conference, you look at the quality in this conference isn't very far away from being a two-bid league, and us as coaches within the conference, and even tonight before the match, Sam and I were having that conversation, and I think we need a little stability in the conference, and then us as coaches, we need to get together and figure out how we schedule in order to help each other out in the RPI. You know, I mean, we actually throughout the course of the season we lose. We go 13-1 in conference and we slip in the RPI because we have to do a better job as a conference figuring out how to schedule, and it's a tough balance that you have to figure out. You got to play some competitive matches, but we also, as a conference, we have to be scheduling for us to come. The majority of our teams need to come into the conference with 10 or 11 wins, and then this conference is going to beat up on each other. Like that's a given, you know. So those 1 or 2, 3 teams that do figure it out during conference season and get 11 or 12 wins, then there's a handful of us sitting with 22 or 23, 24 wins, and that's what's going to push us forward in the RPI. And the RPI is a crazy, not necessarily the best tool, you know, and it doesn't always make sense. I mean, we take a loss from SFA and we move up, you know, and that's hats off to the job that SFA did, you know, and they beat us and they move up. And then we go and we win a match at Seattle and we drop 5 spots, you know. So those things, that opponent's win-loss record when you start talking RPI is so important and so valuable. And, you know, some years it works out. And I think, I mean, GCU is a great team, you know, and they had some injuries, and I don't know how many 5-set matches they lost. And you saw what they were capable of, going on a streak of winning 20-plus sets in a row. And without those injuries, like, they're probably a 20-win team, you know. And Utah Valley lost some kids early, and they're not from a 20-win team. And I think that's what's kind of fun about being in this conference right now. And this group of coaches, I mean, there's some really good coaches in this conference, and we collectively have to sit down and be like, hey, let's get this right, and let's help each other out, and let's get this to a 2-bid league.
Can you tell me what you thought about the season as a whole?
You love it. You know, I mean, it hurts right now, and there's some tears in that locker room over there, but there's a whole bunch of high character kids in there, and for me, like, in this point in my career, that's what's important. I mean, I'll take this group of kids at 2-25 the same way I take them at 25-2, just because they work, they love it. I mean, like, they're sad because they care, you know. And like I said, I've said it all year long. I've said it in here all weekend long. Anybody that gets to spend any time around these girls outside of the volleyball arena or inside the volleyball arena, they see that. They see what a special group they are, and I hurt for them, you know. Like, I mean, this is high level college athletics. This happens, you know. But just their character, it'll shine through. They'll bounce back, and I mean, there's a whole bunch of them coming back, which is exciting. And I think this is an exciting university to be at right now. You know, our job is to fill the holes of the few kids that are going to leave, and then we go back to work with this program. But like I said, as a whole, I don't know if I've had as much fun coaching a group of girls in a long time, like a long time. And like I said, I've been fortunate, you know, a handful of national championships, conference titles, tournament titles. And for me to be able to sit here and say this is honestly one of the funnest groups I've ever had to coach or got to coach. It's not have, like have's a bad word, you know. I've gotten to coach this group of girls and what they've meant to turning this program around. I mean, it wasn't very long ago. We were sitting here 18 months coming off a 2-win season, and for kids to believe and to buy in, like that's hard stuff to bounce back from. I mean, that's stuff that's really hard. You know, this program was like here, and then you get a season like that, and you're like, was that it? You know, and so I couldn't be more happy for them. And like I said, it's been as fun as I could say. Thank you.